I hope that you can join me today as I tackle the highly technical terms, share the definitions and Spanish translation for words 11 through 18 in this MRI Questionnaire series.
Tune in as Interpret Your World's co-founder, Juan Prieto, talks about the highlights of his workday as a professional medical video remote interpreter. If you are aspiring to learn something new and gain insights into what the world of medical interpretation is really like, then you've come to the right place. Follow along as Juan talks not only about his success, but the daily challenges he has to overcome to become a better interpreter each and every day. This is Unwind Sessions with Juan Prieto.
So how is everybody today? I hope everybody is doing great. Today is Monday, September 13, 2021, and I am doing excellent. You know why? Because I just got notice today that I passed 2 of the 3 classes that I am taking for this half of a semester. So I am happy, I am excited. I have no clue about the other class. I still think there is a high possibility that I might pass. I don't know. Hopefully I don't have to repeat it again. But 2 classes down. I hope it's good news for the 3rd one. I won't know until after this week probably. But yeah, the half of the semester ends in the 15th, so yeah, I get a fresh start after that, hopefully with all of my classes passed. So yeah, I am very excited and I am very happy about that. Very proud of myself too, because with the move and everything, things just started to get very, very hard. But it seems like just locking myself away for the whole weekend, not doing anything but homework has really paid off. Hopefully I never had to do that again. It was 3 weeks, man. But enough of that, right? You guys are already tired of me ranting and telling you about my life. I hope everybody's doing well. I already told you that. Today I took a total of 29 sessions, audio and video sessions. Today I do remember that I took 2 audio sessions. I don't remember how many more, but I do remember definitely there were at least 2. There were a few today, which is always good. And I have 2 highlights today. All right, so let's get started with the highlights. So, well, before I do, remember that we are still accepting comments on MIP 21. We are waiting for MIP 21 to reach 100 likes. When it does, we're gonna pick 2 comments at random. The people who those comments belong to are gonna get exclusive links to MIP 22, and they are gonna get a chance to record their interpretations, send them over to us so we can provide them with some feedback. So let's get to it, guys. We have 38 likes. That means we still have 62 likes to go. So there's still plenty of time to get your comment in there and get a chance to get some feedback about your interpretation. So let's get on that, guys. Let's do it. Another thing is, please remember that we have a Patreon page where with as little as $1 of your support, you help to motivate us to create much more content, and you help the channel grow, and you help us to give you much more stuff and much more content. For that $1 you'll get access to everything on the page, the medical practice videos, ad-free scripts, answer sheets, vocabulary lists, and much more content. And most important, you will forever win a place inside of our heart. So help us out, guys. Help us to grow. We are in need of funding. We have so many ideas, but we have no funds. So let's be part of this growth. Let's be part of this movement. Let's elevate the bar. Let's raise the bar for interpreters everywhere in the world. All right, help us out. That is our mission. All right, so now there are 2 highlights. So for the first highlight, there was this a lady that went into the emergency room and she was demanding an x-ray for her son's head because she said that he was sick with fever, nausea, and vomiting. And she also said that she did not want the child Rona tested because she knew that it was not the Rona, it was something else, and the child needed an x-ray of the head to show a bacteria, a virus, or a parasite. I kid you not, folks. Honestly, this lady was demanding because they didn't do nothing for her son and her fever was not going away. But it was not the Rona. She knew it wasn't the Rona. She knew it was definitely a virus, a parasite, or a bacteria inside of the head. And the child needed an x-ray of the head. Like, can you believe that? If you have medical experience, you know how crazy that sounds. Virus, parasite, or bacteria do not show up on an x-ray, so they would just be exposing that child to unneeded radiation, right? But that's just people. That's just people for you, right? So I just wanted to share that with you. This lady was just so demanding and rude, and she just wanted to expose her son to radiation without the need. Like, she didn't realize what she was asking. Well, I mean, they're probably not gonna get cancer, right, from one x-ray of the head, but it does increase your chances, so she would rather increase the child's chances and listen to a doctor and do a Rona test, right? All the symptoms are there. Why didn't she do it? Who knows? All right, and for the next one, you guys are not gonna believe me, honestly, but I'm not making this stuff up. All right, so for the next highlight, I got an MRI questionnaire today, and sadly, there was one word on the whole MRI questionnaire that I had never heard before. Just one little word. And I had to ask the nurse that was asking that questionnaire. And she was very nice. I told her the word is stapes, by the way. S-T-A-P-E-S. Here it is. Stapes. And estribo, it's in Spanish. So the lady said stapes, and I was like, I'm sorry, ma'am, this is interpreter. I've never heard that word in my life. And then she said, oh, well, it's just some bones inside of your ears and stuff. And then I told her, would you be so kind as to spell it for me? And she did, and I was able to spell it and find it, and I was able to interpret it. So what are stapes? So the stapes or stirrup is a bone in the middle ear of humans and other animals, which is involved in the conduction of sound vibrations to the inner ear. So it is pretty much a bone that just vibrates, right? And those vibrations get sent into the inner ear to be interpreted as, well, I don't know if it goes to the inner ear and then there's more treatment, more procedures, but from there it goes to the brain to be interpreted as sound. So movement gets interpreted as sound, if you didn't know that. And in my defense, I knew what stapes were, but I didn't know their name, because one time I had a session where it was a little girl. One of her ears didn't have a stape, but they didn't call it a stape. They called it a little bone that vibrates, right? So they called it a little bone that vibrates, never called it a stape. So I knew about this little bone. I knew what it does, and the little girl didn't have it. So in one ear, her other ear was working perfectly. So she didn't have it in one ear, and what they wanted to do is put a prosthesis made of titanium. Now you know why they were asking that, right? So it was a prosthesis that made the little same thing so that the little girl could hear. So I knew about this, but I just didn't know the correct terminology for it. I didn't know the name, and now I learned it. Stapes. I'm probably gonna forget that because it's not something that I see every day. Hopefully not, but now you know it. All right, so stapes. A very nice addition, a very nice highlight for today's video, right? Remember that. All right, and now we are here. We finally made it to the good stuff. I know you're probably tired of hearing about my life and all of the ads and highlights. All right, so today we are seeing must know MRI Questionnaire Part 2. That's right. And I'm only gonna do 9 words. Is it 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 words. I'm only gonna do 8 words today because I tried doing 10 and then the video was over 30 minutes, and that just creates problems for us to getting the video, because we're kind of I don't want to say broke. We are in the process of creating funds. That's right. Okay? That's why we cannot give you all those pretty videos, but we're giving you videos. All right? Hopefully in the future we can remake them and make them prettier and much more high quality and stuff. That is my dream. Hopefully we will make this possible with your help, guys. All right, so let's do it. Let's see this channel grow. Let's see this company, this movement. Let's make the Interpret Your World movement. And we are going to make sure that the bar is raised for interpretation all over the world. Yeah, that sounds very good. All right, so now that you know our evil plans to take over the world with an army of interpreters, let's get started with word number 1. So word number 1 is a biostimulator. This is a bioestimulador in Spanish. And what is this? The addition of nutrients to a population of microorganisms in order to stimulate growth and activity during bioremediation or biotreatment. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys here. I don't know what a biostimulator is. I researched it. I read some articles. I saw a YouTube video and I still don't have like, I have like the concept, but I don't have like a great idea of what it is. I know that from what I read is that they could do like biostimulation of, like, if you have wrinkles, right? I don't have any wrinkles. All right, but of wrinkles, right? For example, up here, like they could put like some sort of nutrient or something to stop the skin from breaking down and making those wrinkles, right? Of course, these wrinkles are just normal wrinkles, right? But they're like, for example, like of the face and stuff. I don't have those kind of wrinkles. I'm not that old. But just like the regular wrinkles, you can actually use a biostimulator to stimulate like the cells in there to actually give you a certain result. And another thing that I read is that, for example, they could like for example, they could promote a cell that does a job, like, or they could promote the healing factors of a cell by introducing some biostimulation, like some sort of nutrients that the cell needs or whatever, to promote whatever activity they want from the cell, so they can feed it special food or whatever, or give it, or even introduce other microorganisms into a body to get a cell to do a certain specific task. So that is what I understood from biostimulator. If anyone still has a doubt, I can do a whole video on it, because I'm pretty sure it'll take a whole video. I don't know how this will aid you in becoming better interpreters, but I am curious too. And if there's someone else that is curious, I'll definitely do a video on it, because I don't understand it. All right, number 12, bone growth stimulator, and this is estimulador de crecimiento óseo. Óseo means bones, in case you don't know, but you're all on your way to becoming, or already are, medical interpreters, so I'm pretty sure you know what óseo means. All right, so bone growth stimulator. Bones create a mild electric field when they are healing or growing. A bone growth stimulator, or BGS, sends more energy to the healing bone surface through either pulse, electromagnetic, or ultrasound waves, which help the bone heal more quickly. The this is a commercial. No. There are external bone growth stimulators. Internal bone growth stimulators unit are expensive, implanted at the time of surgery, and require a second surgery to remove the battery and wires of the unit from the body. So I'm pretty sure if they're asking for it, an MRI is like an internal BGS unit, right? A bone growth stimulator. And I don't know. I tried looking for it, but I couldn't really find an answer. If a bone growth stimulator is a biostimulator, I don't know, but it definitely sounds like it. All right, and let's go to number 12, bone growth stimulator. So what is this? This is basically a machine that they hook up to your body to make sure that your bones have faster healing. So that's it. All right, number 13. Number 13, deep brain stimulation. And here is estimulación cerebral profunda. So this is an elective surgical procedure in which electrodes are implanted into certain brain areas. These electrodes or leads generate electrical impulses that control abnormal brain activity. The electrical impulses can also adjust for the chemical imbalances within the brain that cause various conditions. Stimulation of the brain areas is controlled by a programmable generator that is placed under the skin in the upper chest. DBS is a surgical intervention used to treat patients with movement disorders such as essential tremor, Parkinson's disease, and dystonia. It can also be used to control symptoms of obsessive compulsive disorder and epilepsy. So this is kind of similar, right, to the bone growth stimulator, but this time they are stimulating the brain with a machine to prevent several conditions, right, like Parkinson's, dystonia, obsessive compulsive disorder, and epilepsy. So it's what did it say? Electrical impulses into the brain to try to stimulate the brain and create a certain condition from these stimulations, right? For example, in a person with Parkinson's disease, like if they have it bad, they're always shaking, so they stimulate their brain so that the effect that it has upon this patient is that the tremors are less, right? And this patient can have a better life. So, wonderful machine. All right, number 14. Vagus nerve stimulation, or VNS, not to be confused with VNS choice, right? This is estimulación del nervio vago. So VNS, or vagus nerve stimulation, is a medical treatment that involves delivering electrical impulses to the vagus nerve. It is used as an add-on treatment for certain types of intractable epilepsy and treatment-resistant depression. Frequent side effects include coughing and shortness of breath. Serious side effects may include trouble talking and cardiac arrest. So very bad side effects. Well, not the cough and shortness of breath. Well, shortness of breath, always bad, right? So yeah, those are some bad. I don't know if I would want to get that. Well, it depends, right? Maybe if I had some depression that couldn't be treated, I'll be like, just stimulate my vagus nerve, or epilepsy, right? So this is pretty much like the other ones, just electrical impulses to the vagus nerve through a machine to cause the relief or control of certain conditions. All right. All right. Number yes, 15. Implanted drug pump, and this is a long one in Spanish. Bombas implantadas de infusión de medicamentos. Now, you can probably just get away with saying bomba implantada de medicamento in Spanish. I just wanted to put the infusión word in there so it sounds a little bit fancier, but not really needed. Just as you say bombas implantadas de medicamento, people will know what you're talking about. Or if you want to draw out your little monocle and be like bombas implantadas de infusión de medicamentos, right? So it'll make you look like a fancier interpreter. Remember to be wearing a tie whenever you use that word. All right. So implantable pumps consist of reservoirs. I forgot how to say the word. Reservoirs. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. That was a reservoir. All right, whatever. Implantable pumps consist of reservoirs. Reservoir. I don't know. Placed subcutaneously, which connect via a catheter into an intrathecal space. Implantable pumps allow physicians to administer opiate analgesics directly into the cerebral spinal fluid, or CSF. The pumps are programmable so that the treating physicians can adjust doses and delivery rates. The reservoir will have to be reservoir, right? Yeah, I was saying it wrong. The reservoir will have to be refilled on an intermittent basis. This is achieved by a percutaneous injection into the reservoir. Because the reservoir pump is driven by electricity, intermittent replacement is needed as the battery expires. So, first of all, I just want to say, look, my English as a second language brain sometimes struggles on words like reservoir. How was I saying it before? Reservoir? I don't know. Reservoir. And now I cannot say it wrong. I forgot how to say it wrong. So something weird happens with my brain sometimes. Like some words just go out of place and I don't know how to pronounce them. But it's alright, right? They say, I don't know, I saw a meme the other day. Well, not a meme, a post saying that if a person speaks two languages and has bad pronunciation in the second language, you shouldn't laugh at them, because that means they are learning a language, so you should encourage them to learn it better. So yeah, encourage me to pronounce better. But I can pronounce it, right? It's just that I forget it. Sometimes I forget. It's weird. But yeah, I guess that comes from learning English at 9 years of age, right? Oh yeah, I forgot to give you a little. So pretty much an implanted drug pump is a pump that is implanted somewhere in the body to keep the person full of medicine. Not full of medicine, right? But at intervals, it'll automatically be giving the medicine. And there are two. Yes, there are two types of pumps which I will talk about today. So pump number 16 is a pain pump, or bomba para dolor. This is a method of giving medication directly to your spinal cord. The system uses a small pump that is surgically placed under the skin of your abdomen. The pump delivers medication through a catheter to the area around your spinal cord. Because the drug is delivered directly to the pain area, your symptoms can be controlled with a much smaller dose than needed with oral medication, thus reducing the side effects of the medication. So I remember they gave my wife an insulin pump when we had, was it my son or was it my girl? I don't remember, but one of those. I think it was my boy. She had a C-section, and then they asked her if she wanted a little pain pump for all of the pains after birth. well, from the C-section mostly. And yeah, of course she accepted it, and she had this little pump that I believe they clipped it here, or they put it in her pocket of the robe, and then every time she needed it, she could just press a button, and I guess every 15 minutes, every time she pressed the button, the pump, it would give her an injection. And I think if she didn't press the button, it would also, I don't know, it was a long time ago, like 6 years ago, but yeah, I do know what they are. I have seen them in action. All right, number 17, insulin pump, bomba de insulina. So you probably already know what this is, or have an idea, right? So insulin pumps are small computerized devices that mimic the way the human pancreas works by delivering small doses of short-acting insulin continuously, a basal rate. The device is also used to deliver variable amounts of insulin when a meal is eaten, bolus. The basal insulin rates are usually set up in pump with your doctor, and you can have one or multiple basal settings programmed in your pump. Based on your needs, you program the amount of insulin for your mealtime bolus directly on the pump. Most pumps come with built-in bolus calculators to help you figure out how much insulin you need at mealtime based on your glucose levels and at the amount of carbohydrates you are eating. I have not had a chance to see this one work, but I have had to interpret for patients that have an insulin pump, and it just makes their life much easier. They have the pump, which is on a schedule, like it's an electronic setup, computer. And then another thing is that sometimes the doctor can monitor those and then make adjustments right from where he's at. Isn't that crazy? And then another thing that is not an insulin pump, but it's a glucose meter, and it's, I don't know, I honestly, I don't remember, but it's always on and it's always sending to the cell phone, so there's no more pokes, no more nothing. Isn't that great? Isn't technology awesome? And so yeah, that's an insulin pump for you. Pump, so you don't have to worry about your insulin, right? And for the last term today, this is a term that I've actually mentioned in another series, but I wanted to mention it here in case you are a brand new interpreter or are about to get into the field of interpreting. You have this word here in this video, which will help a lot. So this is IV access port, and this is puerto de acceso intravenoso. So an implanted port is a device that allows repeated and long-term access to your bloodstream. It can be used for antibiotics, IV nutrition, and other IV fluids. When someone gets a port placed, they will not need IV catheters like peripheral IVs or PICC lines unless more than one access is required. So this is kind of like an IV, but this is long term, so it's different materials, it goes in a different place, and it is used to provide a long-term access, right? Imagine a person that needs a lot of blood draws, right? How tiring, how awful that could be, right? And I've seen people that have needed multiple blood draws, and I've seen like how purple their arms can get, so it can be horrible. So an answer to this is an IV access port. They just put it in there, they leave it for as long as they need. They can change it if it gets infected or dirty, clogged, whatever, and it'll be there. So this is different from an IV line. Remember, an IV line is an IV line that they place here almost at every hospitalized doctor visit, inpatient doctor visit. And an IV access port is like an IV line. It has the same uses, but this is different because this is like long term, right? An IV port, I think the most you can use it is 1 week, 2 weeks top, and an IV line. But an IV access port, you can use it much longer until there's a problem with it, or The doctors are the ones that know when they need to change that. So yeah, that is going to be pretty much it for me today, guys. Remember that we're still trying to get to 100 likes on MIP 21, and I hope everybody gets to comment on that video. I hope we can gift some of you those what's it called? I'm just ready to leave. So we can give you your feedback. Sorry about that. All right, so that is going to be it, guys. Remember that we have a Patreon page where you can help us with as little as just $1 to interpret your world. All right, and remember that leave your questions on the comments and I will answer some of them on the next session. If anything is time sensitive, let me know and I'll get to it before the rest of my queue. Remember that I'll be here every Monday through Friday after work. Also remember that we love all of our Patreons, we love everyone that has bottles of coffee, we love all of our subscribers, and we love you that is watching the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so for much more content, and if you like the video, of course, don't forget to share. Happy interpreting. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Unwind Sessions. Make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. And if you learned something new today, it'd be great if you left us a review. You can also visit us on patreon.com/interpretyourworld or visit our website, interpretyourworld.com. Unwind Sessions.
If you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button. Also, share this video with other beginner interpreters or anyone who can benefit from this information. Thank you all so much for all the support you guys have given us. This means the world to us. Don't forget, we also have social media. We have a Facebook group and a Facebook page. We also have an Instagram and the one I love the most, TikTok. We just recently got a Buy Me a Coffee, and also, if you guys didn't already know, we do have a Patreon account. If you guys would like to support us a little more, we'd love to have you guys over there. And as always, I will be posting all the links to these pages down below in the description box. Thanks for watching!